Unbox every phone in the new lineup, and I'm gonna start with the standard iPhone 13 in this new blue color that I think is actually my favorite of the new phones. And it's this thin box again, as you can see, because there's no power brick included in the box. But as you may have noticed, there's also no plastic shrink wrap this year. And so I guess it's time to give Apple a little bit of credit for their use of recycled materials to offset their environmental impact. So recycled box cardboard, recycled aluminum, recycled phone design. But here we can see the phone in all its glory. And I can just fire it up real quick before looking at the accessories. But the rest of the stuff in the box is pretty much the same. You get a Lightning to USB-C cable, and you get some paperwork, a SIM card tool, and an Apple sticker that is not colored, just a white Apple sticker. But yeah, that's the iPhone 13 in the hand for the first time. Let's grab the 13 mini next. So this is actually a new darker color. It's called Midnight. It's not quite black, but it is a very, very, very dark blue. But I think the camera bump might actually also be close to black on this Midnight iPhone. Then the Pro iPhones here. The Pro iPhones come in black boxes again. So this is the gold 13 Pro. A lot of the same stuff. Again, white Apple sticker, normal accessories. And then the Sierra Blue 13 Pro Max. Big phone, big camera bump, which I'll get to in a second, and just have to make sure, but yes, they do in fact all come with white Apple stickers. But that is the unboxing, and that is your iPhone 13 lineup. So by the time you're watching this, I have been testing these new iPhones for the better part of 5 days now, which not quite enough time for a full review, but definitely enough for some solid first impressions. So that's what I'm gonna give you today. Also, make sure to subscribe to be among the first to see the full reviews when they drop. And also let me know which one you wanna see reviewed first. But yeah, from the outside, it looks almost identical to last year's phone, and in the hand, it feels almost the same too. Although it is 1/4 of a millimeter thicker, which I don't notice at all, but then also about 20 grams heavier, which I do notice. Not by much, but I did notice because I'm so calibrated to the 12. Now, most of this extra heft is from a slightly larger battery capacity. And the more I use these phones, this is starting to be interesting, the more I'm starting to think that this may be the most underrated new change on these iPhones. I have been very impressed with the battery here, especially on the larger phones. So I had a day with the 13 Pro where I had nearly 5 hours of screen on time with half battery left, which is crazy good. And that's not even the Pro Max. So we'll see if this continues to hold up, but that's definitely something to keep an eye on this year that I wasn't expecting as much. You know, obviously it's a pretty minor update, but in the grand scheme of things, even if Apple didn't add crazy fast charging or ultra fast wireless charging, the fact that they did make the phone a little thicker and a little heavier for a little bit of a bigger battery, all right, yeah, thumbs up. But really, the only other two updates to evaluate are the cameras and the screen. So for these cameras, I already have a bunch of sample photos here, and I encourage you to follow me on Twitter or Instagram because I'm gonna keep posting new sample photos and videos as I keep testing these. But overall, my impression so far is still a great set of cameras, especially in broad daylight, of course. And the bigger improvements will be seen in more edge cases like low light, fast moving subjects, etc. Definitely gonna shoot some more of that type of stuff. But the star of the show really is all the sensors are bigger and better, and they're still 12 megapixels each, but that ultra wide in particular looks much better with the sharpness across the whole frame. And I'm pumped that the new telephoto on the Pro is 3x, slightly better than the 2.5x on the Pro Max last year. And again, a larger sensor. But that's why all these cameras are so massive on the back of the phones too. It's of course an aesthetic change between this year's phone and last year. The cameras are also now diagonal on the 13 and 13 mini, not just to look different, but to fit that new hardware. And it's just an overall bigger camera bump that's super duper thick.
Damn, boy!